Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in! Dr. Uria's Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons, and today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are talking about the spell Mass Cure Wounds. We're giving the spell a B+, but first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Whew, I gotta take a breath there. All right, so Mass Cure Wounds, we're giving it a B+. It is usable by bards, clerics, druids, life domain clerics, so it's a freebie spell for them. Circle of Wildfire druids, again, it's on their list, so they don't have to necessarily prepare it ahead of time. And Battlesmith artificers. And again, it's a kind of freebie spell for them too. Okay, so it takes one action. That's great. It has a range of 60 feet. We know another healing spell that has a range of 60 feet, and that is Healing Word. But that's a bonus action. That's only one creature. It does an area of a 30-foot radius within 60 feet, which is awesome. So it's not touch, like Cure Wounds. Verbal and somatic component. So a wave of healing washes out from a point of your choice within range. You choose up to 6 creatures. I put the word you in there, I know that. But you choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius centered on that point in range. Each target regains hit points equal to 3d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier. And at this point in time, you should be about 9th or 10th level when you're casting this spell, which means you should have an 18 in that particular stat, which that spell casting ability modifier should be a +4. Spell has no effect on undead or constructs, and then when you upcast this spell using a spell slot that's higher than 5th, the healing increases by a d8 for each spell slot above it. So, on average, you're going to do, you're going to heal about 17, 18 points with this. So it's not a lot. And when, the real question is, when should you be using this? When? Well, you probably should not be using this on a single target unless it's an absolute emergency and it's the only spell that you have left over that can heal. When you really should be using this is when you can maximize the healing on multiple creatures. Because you can choose up to 6, I would say you probably shouldn't use this unless you can target at least 3 creatures or more. And before that, you probably should concentrate on using like Cure Wounds or Healing Word. Now, Cure Wounds, unfortunately, is not a reach spell. It is a touch spell, so that kind of sucks. But there are a whole bunch more classes that get this than do they get Mass Cure Wounds. So we got Bards, Clerics, and Druids. Paladins get Cure Wounds. Rangers get Cure Wounds. It's a base spell for Artificers. It can be used by the Celestial Warlocks. It is not a spell. Well, you know what? I think that's incorrect. We're going to look at one thing here. So I could have swore that this was usable by Divine Soul Sorcerers. And if you are a good aligned Divine Soul Sorcerer, you get Cure Wounds. So your linked when spellcasting feature lets you learn or replace a cantrip sorcerer first level higher. You can choose a new spell from the cleric list. There it is right there. In addition, choose an affinity, good, evil, law, chaos, neutrality. You learn an additional spell based on that affinity as shown below. So you can get Cure Wounds. I don't know why they're not listing it down here or here. I think it's a special it's a special circumstance. That's why. But again, Cure Wounds is a touch spell. Now that sorcerer could make Cure Wounds a range spell with some spell points, and some meta magic. But we're talking about Mass Cure Wounds and when we should use that. So if you only got 2 creatures or 1 creature, it should probably be your absolute last cure spell, and that's the reason you're using it. and an absolute emergency. Otherwise, I would hold this spell back until there's at least 3 creatures or more. Now, who should be doing this? Well, obviously Life Domain, and it is on the Life Domain list. So Life Domain Clerics get this Disciple of Life, which is a pretty good thing. So remember I said it was 17 or 18 points? Well, the Disciple of Life Cleric, when you use a first level higher to restore hit points to a creature, the creature regains an additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So it doesn't say only one creature. Whenever you use a first level spell or higher to restore hit points to a creature. So there's a problem with this. It says a, and it doesn't say creatures. And so there's an argument as to whether Mass Cure Wounds works with. You are giving hit points. You are restoring hit points back to a creature, parentheses S, creatures. So, I mean, you're going to have to talk to your DM about the interpretation of this. And perhaps there's something on Sage Advice, because that's the only place where we can get official rulings on rules. That is the only place. Not Twitter, not Jeremy Crawford Twitter. It's the Sage Advice. So if that is the case, at least one creature is going to be getting at least 7 hit points more. So instead of getting 17 to 18, they're going to be getting 24 to 25 back, possibly everybody. Now, the other class that can use this is the Druid, of course. And, of course, we've got the Circle of the Stars Druid, and we've got our Starry form, and it says whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature, you or another creature within 30 feet can regain 1d8 plus your Wisdom modifier, which should be 4 at this level. So, in addition to 3d8 plus the spellcasting modifier, another creature's getting a d8 plus 4. A lot of times it's going to be you, the caster. Now, bards also can cast this spell, Mass Cure Wounds. And, you know, there's a lot of pretty decent colleges for that. I would, you know, the base bard is probably good enough for it. So, I mean, all in all, we're giving this a B+. It's a pretty necessary spell that clerics should probably have in their repertoire at 9th level when they cast 5th level spells or higher. They're going to need it. You're going to use it. You're going to use it often. You're going to use it probably once a combat, so you might as well have it. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.